just got a bit of time to do some Lohor necklaces on my new farms. So I thought I'd switch on the live and see if anybody was there to say hello. Let's just get this done. And let's open up the chat. Okay. Home. Here we are. Right, just get my chat up. Wow. Bo, you are quick. You are real quick. I don't know how you got in that quick. You must have just been online waiting, knowing that I was coming. Let's put this over here out the way. Recruit. And let's see what we can do. Bit of research. Work on that. Right, send out the scouts. And then how much AP have I got to clear? Quite a bit. Let's see what the score is first. The score is 249. That's not too bad. Let's do a 1, a 2, and a 3. And let's kill these. I think I've got both of them now, so they're getting the extra. There we go. Oh, you wanted the link for my Discord? Oh, okay. Hold on, how can I do that? I've shared it on lots of videos. I'm sorry, maybe someone can share. Somebody will come in the chat. I'm confident somebody will come in and they will be able to share the Discord. I don't know how to do it off this because I'm reading the comments on my laptop. But somebody will have the Discord in a minute. Just wait. How many we got? Oh, there's 5 of us. Does anybody have the Logic Bank Discord they can share in the chat? Hopefully somebody will bring that in. Let's go. I mean, I wish I was better on the Discord. Somebody has tried to help me do a server, but I don't really... I mean, I need to do it more. I need to be more involved in it. Right, how are we doing? Let's get this one. So any questions, anything you want to talk about, just let me know. Let's go. Try a 4. And a 5. Not yet. So I'll switch to the other farm in a moment. I need some more AP pots. Where are they? Here they are. Let's grab a few of these. And use all of that up. Right. So what day are we on? We're on day... So this is 1, 2, this is the second day of the Lohor? Third day of the Lohor. 1, 2, is it a 5-day event? Anyhow, we're still on the Lohor, which is good. Getting all these extra bonuses so that I can get these to level 16 quick. Let's see how the migration pot is doing. I'm on 82,000 with this one. Let's grab a bit more. I think I'm in a dead alliance. 3rd in Sunset. Last week I was 150. Wow. That's amazing. So you got a gold key. Hello. Oh, 2 more people in. Can either of you share the Discord? That is amazing. You know, it doesn't take that much. Early game, it doesn't take that much to get into the top of the Sunset Canyon. Sometimes you can have a a whale with an expertise Minamoto, and they just don't know what they're doing, and you can just take them to pieces. But what I would always say is remember those whales will always overtake you, so always be kind and try and offer help. You saw my sunset video. I've got a whole sunset series if you want to watch it. Hang about, I just missed a 6. Sorry I say, this is just me grinding. Not a lot going on. I'm really determined to get these farms though, otherwise the account is a write-off. And I'm thinking of starting a looper account as well. Once I've done these farms, I'm going to start a looper account. Get that to VIP 10, I hope. And then start looping. See if I can get an expertise martel or something ridiculous before they close down that exploit. 12 videos. Yeah, unfortunately though, those videos, they've not been very successful, that sunset series, because I mean they're not very useful unless you start day one of your jumper thinking about your sunset team. But I mean there is still some good stuff in there. Right, let's get this number 5. Clear a bit more AP and go and see what my other farm's doing. If anyone here is a member of the sleeper group I got invited to, let me know. I think it's a terrible time to start a sleeper at the moment though, so really I need to post in that Discord. I mean there's literally nothing. Let's keep going. Oh, I've got some gems. Nice. 262. How many more? Another 4. Should be 300 soon. Looking good. Wow, at 65 it helped. That's amazing. Say a lot of people don't understand that. Say just having the marches that help the march next to them, having the area of effect marches, having the the buffers. I'll show you my team in a minute. I'm about to take out City Keeper and swap him for Richard. It's a good swap because I don't have to swap the gear. And I've nearly expertised some more equipment. But the whale on our server is just too far ahead. He's 50 million with his tier 5. I just cannot do anything to stop him. Here we go. How much left? 459. It's just so. Really, I should have teleported into a tighter spot. That would have helped me clear this AP a lot quicker. Let's have a look. What you should do is, once you've got my Discord, Bo, send me a screenshot of your team. How much is the cooldown on the migration? So my understanding is that it's going to be 30 days, but you have to go AFK 30 days. So it's, I mean, the first time I heard about it, I was on the Rise of Kingdoms Facebook, and they linked a player with less than 10 million power that had 1 billion kill points, KVK1. And as you say, then I say they started. Some people in the comments started to explain how they were just repeating KVK1 by using the looper technique. But I say, I think it needs closing down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start promoting it. But what I want to do is I'm thinking of making an account where I strip out everything, all the developmental research, and just be pure troops and hoarding, of course, and then just start to loop around. But maybe I'll need 2 of them going, or else I'll run out of things to do. But I will have these other accounts going. Are you getting your rewards for which account? For this account? I mean, the reason why this is early game is because there's loads of rewards on this account. Or do you mean these I'll do after the jump? Oh, from the altars. I will be getting, I would need to do that for the VI. I don't farm gems, so I would need the altar rewards on my Looper account. So I'd have to do the sanctums, the altars, the past ones, past twos, shrines, past threes, maybe the lost temple. Then I would start looping, unless, or what I might do is start two loopers, but then drop one back into KVK one, forward into KVK one, start looping that one. Then I have two playing all the time, one playing all the time, hopefully. So you play one for 30 days, sleep one for 30 days, AFK one for 30 days. But I say, this is new to me. I will be testing it. Maybe it won't work. Maybe it will work. Right. Nearly out of AP. Please. Here we go. Oh, damn it. One behind me just there. And I say thanks for everyone that's coming to support these lives. This is the most I've ever really done lives. I'm just starting to get, maybe try and build a bit of a habit of going live. I know this is boring content watching me make farms, but eventually, I mean, in KVK, this will be more exciting. But at the moment, I'm looking in a massive resource problem. It's my own fault. I had farms, I emptied farms, I abused my farms, I zeroed my farms, I ran forts with my farms, but what I didn't do is gather with my farms. And as I say, I've got myself into a problem now, which I'm trying to dig myself out of. Oh, they're grabbing the sanctums. Oh dear, so I'm missing out on that. But I've only got 63,000 power, so I doubt anyone's going to let me in. And to be honest, I'm more interested in the Lohar at the moment. 100 gems, bargain. I'm going to switch to the other farm in a moment. Let's just have a look here. That's another 16. Not 30 yet. So if anybody here has any experience of doing the Looper account or redoing the start of KVK1 using the Looper method, please let me know. I say I'm kind of jumping in the dark. We're only really guessing it's 30 days on the AFK. I think it might be less, but it's quite hard to test. Right, another gem. Let's grab this one. A 4, a 2. That's nice and close. See, this is when you need to learn how to barbarian chain, but double marching these is, in my opinion, quicker and easier. And I don't care about the AP on this account. What I think would help me, Bo, by the way, for giving you the Discord link, if nobody can put it in the chat, I've just thought they might not be able to put a link in the chat, it would automatically hide it. So possibly what you could do is just comment on my last non-live video and I will reply with the Discord link. Which, I say, I've not been too good on my replies of late because I say I'm trying to use this time to do some live and make these farms. So I've got 3 accounts on the go. Right, is that all the AP finally done? Nope. 3. Can't get the 4 up. Oh, that's right by me. Well, I think that's enough for the moment. So you go there. You go there. off this account, character, onto Brothers Grimm. Let's see how this one's doing. This one is on a little bit behind on power. Get the tavern to level 7. 1, 2, 3. Grab that. Oh, hammer all of these in. Get the army building. Have I already done the? Already done the dailies. Research. Oh, come on. That's good. Done that. Recruit. Send out the scouts. And then clear the donations. Oh, I've got to bring you back from building. That's good. This one I think is a little bit ahead on the coin. Yeah, 100k towards the 600. That's nice and ahead. Out they go. Quick heal up. And let's start summoning these. Oh, let's just send one march out on his own at the moment as the others coming back. Have I got anything to send here? How do I get more time? Tombs of Knowledge as a free to play. Okay, well the number one method is something called barbarian chaining, which I'm not the expert in. You need a person called 12-inch PvPness. As it sounds, his YouTube channel is fantastic, and he takes that to the extreme. Barbarian chaining's when, for example, I'm attacking one now, but then you would move towards the other one and catch it in the AoE of the damage. Other than that, getting tombs, what do I do? Well, firstly, I'm a sleeper account, so I take the full 10 days head start that I can on the other people in my kingdom. I don't run sanctums. I hate running sanctums. I don't really run altars or sanctums until everybody's moved to the shrines. Then I sometimes solo them. I mean, one of the main reasons I get ahead on tombs, firstly, is I started with 600k in tombs from redeem codes on my last account. So that is certainly one method. Clearing the villages gives tombs. So the faster you clear the villages, you can create a sunset advantage. I mean, other than spending AP, it is quite difficult. It's quite difficult. But I will show you on my main in a minute that I say, because I've been constantly getting in the top 5 of Sunset Canyon, I have a constant stream of experience points. So maybe I'll make a video about this. I think I did make a video about this. Hold on a second, guys. Let me just go to the Logic Bank YouTube channel a second. Let's go to videos. And let's go to how to gain power fast. Oh, Commander Experience Guide. There we are. So I have a video called, can I share it? Hold on. Share. Copy. No, you're going to have to just go into it. So if you go into my videos, there is a video called Logic Bank Commander Experience Guide, free to play. It's got 2,400 views, and I made it 3 weeks ago. That is a video you need to watch, where I put my thoughts on how to take advantage of that. There we are. Just put my chat back into the live. So, going into KVK 3, I need a second infantry march. My first is CMYSG, beautiful. Second march, I'm thinking Constantine and Alex. Now, I'm an early game creator. To be honest, I would still be using Sun Tzu within my first two marches. I mean, how did you get your Charles Martel usable as free to play? I mean, what is he? 5, 5, 3, 5, 2, 1, 1. So let me know what your Martel is, and I can't help thinking 5, 5, 1, 1. Wow, wow, you've really gone for it on him. That's amazing. Wow, you're pretty hardcore. Oh, wait a second. Well, you are on KVK 3 though. Um, I, you know. So, but what I would love to test, which is impossible to test, but I mean, if I was to have a duel with you, and you had your YSG Martel, your Martel YSG, and I had my Sun Tzu Ethelfled, you would beat me. But if it was 10v10, and my Ethelfled was hitting 5 people, and my Sun Tzu was hitting 5 people, I don't know who would win if it was 10v10. So in a murder ball, I don't know. I would still be using Sun Tzu. I mean, he does some. What if he hits 5 targets? He gets 250 AP. Sorry, he gets 250 rage, and can do like 5,000 damage plus the 20%. How many hours do you play daily to progress so fast and efficiently? Well, the trick is not how much I play a day. I play very little a day at the moment. So at the moment, I'm just clearing AP, and then I'm live streaming this in the evenings, which is getting the necklaces. But what I do is the first 10 days of the account up to the altars, I play a huge amount. But I gain such an advantage then. How can I explain this? Okay. Imagine two 18-year-olds go and get a job at McDonald's. Okay? One of them gets his £1,000 salary, gives his mum 200 quid, and then runs out and spends the rest, as well as borrowing £200 from the bank. Where the other one puts £800 into a savings account that then pays him £2 interest the next month. So next month he gets 1,002, and the other person has to pay interest to the bank. So after he's finished that, he's got like, I don't know, 990. And that might not seem to matter in one day. But if you can imagine that if you build that head start, eventually the person that has worked hard at the start has such a ginormous advantage, it's really hard to catch up. Once you've got into the top 5 of Sunset Canyon, you start getting the rewards for being in the top of Sunset Canyon, and it becomes really hard to then get into the top 5 of Sunset Canyon. Does that make sense? Also, I put off things like, well, there's a lot of smart play which is hard to explain. Like on my last account, I was able to get to Expedition level 50 without tier 4. But that's just understanding the commanders, or I never upgrade troops until I've got nearly 1,000,000 troops. So, anyhow, really the basis of the answer is I play a huge amount, let's say 6+ hours a day for 10 days, but then once the account has a huge head start, I calm down. Because, I say, I almost, once you're at level 22, you almost go into a hoarding mode. So at the moment on my other account, it's over a day to train troops. Where at the moment, at the moment for this account here, it's an hour. I hope this is making sense. It is quite hard to explain. Also, when you're talking efficiency, sometimes I'm thinking 3 or 4 or 5 moves ahead, but I've done the start of the game 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Where some people, they've done the start of the game twice and they can't even remember what they did last time, or what the mistakes were. So, as I say, sometimes I really find it hard to articulate what I'm doing different. But hopefully that will help in some way. Hold on a second. Ignore this noise you're about to hear. AO is important, so I agree. I will go with Sun Tzu and Ethelfled Joan Alex. Well, no, we've got to keep YSG in there, obviously. And Martel is so much fun. I mean, I'm so jealous I don't have Martel 5.5. I got to tell you. But, I mean, I'm constantly told by the pros, like 12-inch, that spending on Martel is suicide. You've got to be a whale. By the time you get him useful, he's not going to be useful. I mean, and also when I'm getting sometimes I get my city zeroed on purpose to try and get some kill points. And Sun Tzu Ethelfled, especially in KVK1 where everyone's an idiot, they stand too close to your city, and it's just a bonanza. You know, when you hit a tier 5 march that's sitting too close to your city with Ethelfled, and you get, 2,000 tier 5 in the hospital, and you didn't even have to fight them. It's just off the scale. Hang about, I run out of AP. And how am I doing on this account? Right, 30 there, that's good. This is why talking to you, this is really boring what I'm doing, and talking to you guys makes it so much more fun. What are we on? 262. So I'd like 600 between them, that would be great. Always hit your Martel heads on your farm. Right, Alexandra, I hope I helped with your question there. Let's say, I think though I rabbled a bit there, but in principle, I play a huge amount until level 22, and at that point I calm down. And then sometimes it could be half an hour a day, but that's not fair. Let's say like 6 or 7 logins of 5 minutes, and then 15 minutes in the morning, and then before I go to bed I will sit on my phone, and sometimes between 11:30 and quarter past midnight, so that's maybe 45 minutes. So spread across the day it's probably still an hour and a half or 2, but this game does kind of force you to play like that. Well, I mean, I say Charles Martel in duels, in rallies. And the problem with Richard, I don't know if you've ever done this, Richard is brutal in a duel unless you're fighting a Minamoto with 150% to attack, and then Richard is an absolute pain in the ass. And what would have been, a bad loss turns into a horrific loss because you're just healing and healing and healing, and Minamoto is just destroying you, and with no way of turning it down. Alexander, I think what you need is you need to time the start of your account with a week's holiday. Because I say otherwise, like going back to my example there, it's sort of like, isn't it? You're 40 years old and you start putting £100 in, but the boy that put £25 in his pension when he was 18 is so far ahead of you, even though you're putting in 4 times as much when you're 40, he's so far ahead of you because of the compound interest of his start, it's impossible to catch up. Well, I'm not kind to Richard. I mean, he's got so much to him. He's so useful in some situations, but I say I find him difficult to use. But 5111 Richard, I think's fun, worth doing, and especially if you have a bit of luck on the wheels, it's definitely worth doing. Let's see how we're doing. 10 of us. That's fantastic. And half an hour. That's brilliant. I just find this going live absolutely amazing. Obviously, when I was young, if you wanted to play games with someone, you had to go and sit on the end of their bed and then wait your turn and, you know, get on the joystick. And sometimes it was a two-player game, but that was back on the Commodore 64. And then I say the first multiplayer games I played were Kohan Online, which was 4v4 Command and Conquer style game. And then, of course, Warcraft. Any Warcraft players in? Anyone still play it? I say I've heard it. The classic really is like classic Warcraft. God, I would be tempted to have a go. I am also a little surprised that people watch these streams after they finished, which I don't quite understand. But I say I think I missed the generation of what we would call social gaming. Where I started my YouTube channel, I thought that people would look on YouTube and just want tips on how to play. But then I say it's been quite nice meeting people and then building an account with them. Why don't I spend some money in the account? Well, I had two ideas for spending money in the account. Firstly, I did do a poll on my channel, and 20% of my channel or subscribers said that they would prefer I didn't spend any money. Also, I am quite interested in building a second income. And Mr. Beast, if you watch his videos, he tells you to reinvest your money into new videos. So I did have the idea that I would spend like £600 on like everything the YouTube channel has earned on an account and then give it away. But then I thought, well, then I started looking into doing a competition on YouTube, and that's highly complicated, and you need to have terms and conditions, and then only one person would be happy. And then what? I'm giving £600 to the game, and I don't think that's really in the nature of my channel. It certainly would make my life easier to spend a bit of money, but then I say this entire channel was built on free to play, the 1.5 million reward, jumpers, the past glory jumping strategy, and now the sleeper jumper strategy. So say, but a lot of people have asked me to move into later game. Always nice new meat. It is great neat. Well, I say one day we would do a massive jump, but I've only got 3,000 subscribers, and to be honest, let's be honest, I've only really got about 10 or 15 proper fans. So I say it would be a bit of a quiet jumper. And my last jumpers, the last sleeper strike, the small project that I started at New Year's, which was really rushed. A lot of the people that joined, if they couldn't get the 1.5 million, they then gave up, which was a shock. I wasn't expecting that. Let's just go through here. We need some AP action points. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's nice. Hammer that in there. Let's keep going. I'm from England. I'm in a place called Hampshire, which is just like 40 minutes outside of London, 45 minutes outside of London. But originally I'm from Berkshire. Well, I say, but these jumpers are good, but really for a free to play, you really jumping's done, in my opinion. Obviously, everyone can do what they like, but in my opinion, jumping is finished for a free to play. Although I'm jumping for my farms, but I'm only doing a 4-day. Oh, Germany, fantastic! The current leader of my main of the alliance is German. He's a really good player. 107. I'll show you him in a minute. There's a few Germans in my account. I used to be a little bit into the war gaming. Have you ever heard of Talisman or Warhammer 40,000? And I know there's a lot of German people that do that in the competitions. 284, come on. Can I get to 300? What is that? God, this is so boring. 288. Keep going. You know, I was just amazed by it. I went on one of those. I don't know if you've ever like backpacked in America, but I did a thing called Trek America. And what really impressed me about the German people was not only could they speak English, they could also joke in English. Just fantastically intelligent people. And to be so good at speaking another language that you can joke or use sarcasm in another language, in my opinion, was absolutely fantastic. But they said that, as I say, some of their TV is in German, is in English, so I guess that's how they pick it up. 2954. That's good. It's nice. Well, it'd be rare to find an all German alliance. I mean, I have sometimes left the kingdom because the main alliance doesn't speak English, which I know is awful, but sometimes I miss at least having a laugh once a day with your alliance. Although at the moment with my alliance, I'm not talking much because I'm a bit upset with how my main account is going. Am I on 300? Anyone keeping count? 6. That's 294. Nearly there. Do I need more AP? Come on, let's find it. Here we are. Whoa, that will probably do it. I'm obviously trying not to collect any resources. Let's just keep going, and then I'll go on to my main for a bit. Perhaps we do the sunset canyon. 294. Can I push forward this girl? Nice. So, I should have done that earlier. What have we got here? Spend 2k action points. More silver keys. And that's now... Come on, 4 more. Yeah, definitely. But I think some of them speak excellent English. I say it's a little embarrassing how well European people speak English. I say I can remember I was in Sicily and I tried to speak some Italian, asking where the closest shop was, and he answered me in English. Obviously, being able to identify that I couldn't speak very well. Right, we're nearly done. Oh, is that 4? Brilliant. Let's have a look. 300. Brilliant. Right. You go back in there. You can go over here. And let's just check everything in here with 222. Send them out again. Amazing how much of the map you can do just with the odd login. And another silver key for free. Right, that's done, done. That looks good. Let's switch over to my main. See. Well, I've got a pretty major... Heard you're alright, my friends in the UK. About the lack of stuff. Well, tomatoes. Yeah, there's a lack of tomatoes. So we don't really eat tomatoes, but Well, we've had a few runs in the supermarkets and at the petrol stations, but usually it's people being stupid. As soon as the media says we're low on tomatoes, everyone then runs out and buys all the tomatoes. But eggs and tomatoes are low at the moment. Right, here we are on my main. What have I got? Wow, another achievement. What was that? It was reach 100 activity points 60 times. Okay, that's a good one. Let's have a look. What does your alliance need? Always ask yourself. My alliance needs wood. So let's go for wood. Say there are two people in this world, those that help their alliance and those that don't. There we are, there's a nice wood. Now we go into Sunset Canyon. It's a new week, but if you have a look here, I've got 4 extra turns that I can take. And the reason why I've got so many of this early in the week is because whenever they have that event where you can buy extra turns for your Sunset Canyon, always try if you can and wait till a Monday to buy them so it's in the new week, because everybody will buy them in the previous week and use them on that Sunday, and you will have an advantage at the end of the week. Right, has anybody hit me? So this is the whale that I can't beat, so let's just leave him be. But let's have a look. Let's fight someone good. So, Fury Dragon. Let's try and take him. He's a whale, 1.7. Is he more than me? Okay, we're pretty evenly matched. So we've got Sun Tzu at the top, but he's gone for his cavalry marches. Good old city keeper in the front there. That's brilliant. So we don't want to run infantry into archers. What we will do instead is run my siege. Then my cavalry will hit the archers. And then I have two. Oh, let's swap those around. 2 lots of no. Yeah. 2 lots of cavalry hitting his Minamoto, and then I'll just kill Sun Tzu with my archers. So let's hope this works. So let's have a look at the trade on the archers at the top. So that should be the best. Boom, great. So that's a 500 trade every. So that's 5,000 every 10 seconds. Hopefully we can eat up his city keeper. Doesn't seem to be as well dressed as mine. And Richard is putting his damage debuff onto Minamoto, but Minamoto's barely taken any damage. So his front line's collapsed. So now at least I'm getting some damage onto Minamoto. My Sun Tzu's barely hurt. Looks like I'm going to lose my Richard. That's a nasty march. Barbarous, or whatever his name is, in Ethelfled. A good way of collecting alliance credit. Okay. Well, actually, I can answer that one, but hold on a second. I actually put my response the best way to collect alliance credit. Let me find the video. Hold on a second. So I have a video called. Let's go to videos. And the video is called. Hold on. Sorry about this. Right. So I have a video called, it's 4 months old, and it's called Sleeper Strategy Tips, How to Save Up 600k Alliance Coin for Passport. And I've also put it on the Qualm, which is some sort of app where you can put questions and answer them, but it wasn't very popular. Nobody joined in. So 856 views 4 months ago, and the video is called Sleeper Strategy Tips, How to Save Up the 600k. And that's a video you need for learning how to get all of those Alliance coin, because there's a few ways to do it that people don't know about. So I hope that helps you. No, I can't do it on my main account. I ruined my main account so my main account, let's have a look at it. So the reason why I can't is because I did the 1.5 million challenge. It's not great for being a looper, because if you look here, my commander power is 943,000 and it's a load of rubbish. That's because I spread power. For example, here we are, I don't know, Lancelot. I've got 16,000 power on Lancelot, and what I want is to have 0 power on Lancelot and all that power in military technology. A looper doesn't want loads of power in their commanders. So I've ruined it in that way. Also, a looper doesn't want... let's research. So a looper doesn't need all of this. Oops, it does need that. Doesn't need all of this. Where I've got... how much power there? I've got 369,000 power in mathematics. I've got 369,000 power there. Where a looper doesn't need any of this. What a looper wants is troops and military technology, and then it just loops around at the start of KVK, where this account has been built for long-term growth. So I wasn't thinking of making a looper when I made this account. I'd say I'll make more videos on loopers if that can help. But I say a looper account is, well, I hope it's going to work, or they don't close it down, but they just work very differently to normal accounts. You don't need certain things. I think I will get to CH22 because I like 5 marches and sunset, but in principle, I say in principle a looper account doesn't need that sort of rubbish. So hold on a second. There we go. Thanks. Well, you found the video. Brilliant. Make sure you give it a like, please. Nobody seems to have watched that video. It's a really good video of getting Alliance credits. So why nobody's watched that, I don't know. I say a lot of my content sometimes I think I talk at a different level, or I'm talking about things 5 or 6 moves ahead, and people struggle with my content, and I'm trying to make the videos or guides I make more simple. You know, if you look at my last 10 or 12 videos, I've stopped doing the day 1 update, day 2 update, day 3 update, or looper day 1, looper day 2, and instead I will do that perhaps as live content. I was going to make it on a different channel, but I'm not too sure I'm going to do that either at the moment. The idea of starting a channel from scratch has made me feel ill. Well, 12-inch though, going back to my example of people getting further ahead, Barbarian Chaining has put him so far ahead, but all I would say about 12-inch's channel, and I love his channel and I love his content, but let's say instead of Barbarian Chaining for 4 hours, you went and worked and delivered pizzas for 4 hours, and then took the money and the tips and spent that money on Rise of Kingdoms, would you be further ahead? So that's all I can say. I mean, it's amazing what he's done, absolutely amazing. But I watch him Barbarian Chain, although my content at the moment is that boring, and that I'm doing Lohor. But I say, look, there's nothing left to do on this account. Look, although I will need to sort these out before. If you're wondering why I'm doing tier 1, someone will ask in a minute. It's because I'm ramping up for research. So let's just do this. So sometimes I start doing tier 1 when I want to upgrade things. because I need to save for them because I don't have farms. As you say, I've made a mess on this account. Right, so that's good. 3 days, 19 hours. Brilliant. So that's that done. And then that will be 23, 23, 23, 23. And then I only need the wool 23, which is what I can't afford. But I'm going to have to grind that out. Anyhow, here is the head of our alliance, the German guy. Wow, 18 million. He really pushed it during the Martel. He's a great guy. I mean, look at our research. This is amazing. We're doing, well, if you understand that we had to get all of these to 5 before we can do this, you'll understand that we're doing very well on research. Sorry, I'm ignoring the questions. That's how I say. I say, but, well, and also 12 inches played the sock and the later game where I haven't, so maybe I'm not the best person to ask. I mean, people ask me questions all the time about should they restart their account. And my main question is, are you having fun? And I have to admit, I find the first 10 days of a new kingdom exhilarating and fun, and you meet new people, and things go wrong, and sometimes there's civil war. But then the last 10 days before you just start KVK1 are just so boring. Everybody's on the same side, nothing happens, you're just grinding, and it's really difficult. Oh, I wanted to show this as well. This is a looper. So historic. You see, I'm a rubber. And that 24 million, 20 of that, 22 million of that 24 million, I think was done on the kill event. So they were, yeah, I don't want to publicize how they did this actually. But they scored big in the kill event, and I mean they pushed 107 into 5th. I think that's 50 heads for 4th. Does anyone know how many that is for 4th? Yeah, I mean, I'm planning on migrating to a new kingdom when the cooldown wears off, so I have to make 6 more farms in that kingdom. Surely your farms are over level 16. Am I really free to play? Yeah, I can prove it. Look. Do you see this symbol here? This is your first recharge bonus, Legendary Commander. So that's how you know that I'm free to play. I can't fake this. Faking this on live stream would just be, look, doing this. Faking that on live stream would be absolutely impossible. So you got to remember though, me and 12 inch, we're a different breed to some of the other content creators. I mean, they're great, and I mean, Chisco works so hard, and he's got the contacts with the developers where they talk to him, and I believe he got something changed in the game. I mean, I would, that's a dream to me, but where me and 12 inch we're a different breed. Do go to the other bundles, okay? So the growth fund, not touched. God, I'd love to buy that. Ooh. Do you know sometimes I look at the growth fund and I just want it? Anyhow. Supply. Look, I've still got my 50% discount, which you get like day 1 of the kingdom. $4.99. Oh, God, I would like that. I would love that. Do you know something? What I'd love? I'd love the material one. I'd love that. God. God, I'm really sick, aren't I? All of my first purchase doubles are still there. The custom, of course, I haven't bought any of them. Daily offers. Oh, I can take that though. Way. And who could you switch this to? God, I'd love that. I haven't even got him yet. Oh man, I'd love to have him 5111. I'd be over the moon. Super value bundles, never touched. King's Coronation, which used to be a bundle, but it's so good, everybody buys it. Lifetime limited purchase, still on number 1. So there we are. Do you believe I'm free to play? some people wouldn't mind when you're watching me saying, can you imagine? Can you imagine me in Sunset with an expertise Minamoto? Would it be fair? Would it be fair? I don't know. It would be funny. But I can't beat Stone, he's too strong. Fury Dragon, I beat him once. This guy's part of my jumper group, so we wouldn't ever attack each other. Oh, though he's doing a tactic. He's doing some dark arts to get number one. We won't talk about that. Let's do this guy here, Lucifer. What you got? Matilda. Ooh, I like you. You're good. No Siege March. Bella's on 72. He's got a lovely jubbly. What I'm going to do is put both of my infantry for his Minamoto. I can't reach his Ethelfled. Ooh. Ah. Right. I'm going to do this. Let's just see the trade. Look, a 72k. Belarus, by the way, you should never ever use Bella in Sunset Canyon. I know he's a bit of a tank, but he's got no rage. He doesn't generate rage, which makes him absolutely useless. So, let's have a look. I'm massively out-trading him. Just hit for 3,500. 5,000! Yeah, this guy's got nothing. Oh, I'm 100k ahead of them. And they put a sexy picture up, so I'm glad I beat them. The amount of catfishing, or what's the term? Catfishing? Catcalling? But his son's, oh, look at his Minamoto taking 5 on and kills one! Well, respect to their Minamoto. That was pretty impressive at the end there. Their Minamoto had 5 on them and killed one. Let's go for the dead. Can you make a video on the best pair in Sunset? The best pair in Sunset. Nobody would like the video. What you have to remember is people don't agree with how I play the game. I made a strategy called Past Glory strategy, and I used to tell people to rush siege units. I don't anymore, and everyone used to tell me I was wrong, and then they had no argument when I tried to argue with them. So I will show you my best pairing, and you will laugh your ass off at me, but I think it would work. Anyhow, let's go. Right. So that's a massive trade at the top there. That's nearly 1,000. So I'm going to rip this person to pieces, I think. How's it going for them? Ooh, I like it when I've got all 5 alive at the end, which really, you really know you've ripped somebody to pieces when they've still got, you've got 5 marches. Why do I watch it? Well, this is how you learn. You need to learn how people move in Sunset Canyon. If you're really, really good, and you're fighting somebody very closely, what you need to understand is how to get Sun Tzu on their Minamoto for the last 1v1. Obviously, I'm smashing these people, but if you can imagine earlier in the game when it's close and you're fighting somebody that's got a much better team than you, in principle, you need to know how things will play out so that Sun Tzu is on Minamoto. There's a real science behind it. So I watch because I like to see the trades. The trades also tell me whether they're wearing equipment. It also tells me, it gives me information about what their skill level is sometimes. So I find it useful to watch the matches, and information is power. So I mean, if you gave me, I really don't think I could beat this team, but you'd be surprised what damage I could do to it if you gave me the time to work out its weaknesses. So I need to know, how do I know which one of these marches is wearing equipment? I know his Minamoto is well dressed. I know there's a legendary piece on his Ethelfled. So I know lots about his team, but as you say, if you watch what happens, if you look at the trades, you can find the weaknesses. Does that make any sense? Show your commander's equipment. Well, this is going to make you cry. This is where you're not going to believe I'm free to play. So what you got to remember though is I love Sunset Canyon. So let's have a look. This is my infantry commander. So he's 19.5, 15 on health, and 5.5. So that's 20, 25, 30. That's 40 points of progress, or 40 points of increased battle. So, and I haven't even done the shield yet, but that's 40 on him. My Joan of Arc is 15, 22, 30 points, but that's 30 points on a siege march, which is spectacular. My Archer March, wait till you see the defense on this one. So that's attack 0. So defense 21 plus Archer health 17, so that's 38 and a half, which I promise is high if you understand equipment. I'm just waiting to do the hand. Look, 75 out of 100. So close. So attack is 2, 4, plus the 11 is 15. Defense is 12, which is 27. Cavalry health is 13. So that's 40 points. So I promise, if you get to 40 points of progress on your equipment, you know you're doing well. And I've still got to put the windswept head on, the windswept body, but I need like 1,000,000 gold. You love my content and you're surprised every time. Well, what you don't realise about Barb, what's his name, is he's got a few magic tricks. So Martel is a fantastic tank, but if you're in the back line of Sunset Canyon, then this skill here, Buckler Shield, is worth almost double. So if you're having a duel, reduced counter attack is only worth 50% because you attack and you then counter attack. So this is only worth 4.5. But if you're in the back line of Sunset Canyon, you're only receiving counter damage, which means that's a 9% reduction to damage, which is ginormous. If you can get anybody in the back row of your Sunset Canyon team to have the Buckler Shield is ginormous. Also, although this here might not seem a lot, but you might have saw me said a minute ago, I said I managed to hit 5k on the first skill damage from Mehem, or whatever his name is, Meheb, or who I put with Barbarous, or whatever his name is. This skill is mammoth, but obviously only for the first bit of the battle. So in the back row or in your back line, 5-1-1-1, he's good, but really he needs to be 5-5. But that 5-5 on an epic commander is cheap. I mean, 5-5 on CM is ginormous amounts of money or grinding. So this guy in the back row of your Sunset Canyon team at the start is an absolute monster. Anyhow. Oh, also he's got this. Oh no, the increased health. Where is it? I mean, if someone lays an archer march down, so that's 9% plus 9%, 9% reduction in damage, 9% in attack. Just insane. CC is Cow Cow, yes. Or Coco, wherever he says his name. I have 4 legendaries getting towards level 30 for 4-star. Just from doing Guardians. Yeah, but you're going to have a massive problem with gold stars. So, what you need to do is buy gold stars from the medal shop. Because you're going to have a free-to-play player, or even a low-spending player, is going to have a ginormous gold star problem. Where is it? So I'm okay on gold stars because I've not spent any. So these are all for my Richard. But you can't have 4 legendary commanders. It's impossible. Well, Sun Tzu expertise is a monster, but it's inefficient to expertise him. If you expertise Sun Tzu too soon, like I have, and I've done Joan as well, all you will then start to get him from gold keys, and every time you get him from gold keys, that's 10 wasted heads. What is good though, and also another thing that's really good about Barbers or Barber, I don't know how to say his name, I'm so sorry, is you can skill lock him at what you want. So I can't do it now. So if I skill lock him at 2, everything I get is something I want. Where Sun Tzu early on, if you skill lock him, well, you want this, brilliant, 5111. Nobody wants this. It's absolute rubbish. Well, it's useful in some expedition. So then you have to put him to 4, and then it's just random whether you're landing in the rubbish. So, as you say, to spread your heads out is important. Yeah, it's over 700 gold star. Is it? I thought it was 450. But anyhow, you're going to have a gold star nightmare. But we've all been there. I've done too many commanders early on. We've all been there. Don't be, a free to play or a low spender. You cannot do too many legendary commanders. It will be a nightmare. You really need to pick one, or you need to pick some to be at the back line, secondary commanders. Wow, we've done over an hour, which is a record for me. So I think I best wind this up. Let's have a look. What's the time? Yeah, I'm going to wind this up. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, you don't want the primary? Well, the problem is, though, I mean, you still need to get 4 stars to get the good stuff sometimes. 2% to troop capacity is ginormous. So at a 100k, that's 2,000 troops, which can make a huge difference. So it's difficult. So, well, I've got 2. Oh no, I've not spent any. Look, I've not spent the stars because I don't want I don't need the 5%. I'm saving everything because I want a stronger Richard. But my Richard, of course, is going to take over from City Keeper, or City Keeper, as we call the free-to-play Martel. But I've got nice equipment ready for him. Everything expertised. What's he on? 9.5. 20. Sorry, 23. 28.5. Okay, that's pretty bad. So I need to replace these 2. They're letting him down. So I reckon I could push another 5%. 5% on his equipment. I should work on that next. Anyhow, that's all for tonight. Loving the streams, good game. Richard Clark, my God, you've been a subscriber for a long time. I recognise your name from way, way back when I had no subscribers at all. So thank you so much for joining. That's brilliant. I really recognise your name. Have we played together? Not a problem, thank you. I should say there's a guy out there somewhere who joined me at 27, and he still comments when I had 27 subscribers. Watched you from first upload. Yeah, I'm gonna have to scroll back one day and go through and thank all those people. Well, I'm glad you're liking the streams, and I'm sorry that I've not been doing streams. It's just that maybe because I'm an old man, or I just hadn't understood that there's a social side to this content creation where people like to have a chat. And I went onto Twitch and I found some channels where people would it was called Just Chat. Obviously, we do Rise of Kingdom chat, but just amazing to me that people just do just chat. But anyhow, thanks for watching. See you soon. Right. Where are we going? How do I turn this stream off?